もそこにいるのか？
私怖いよ。先輩ちゃんとそばにいてくれなきゃやだよ。ドア壊れちゃいますって。
いっそぶっ壊してどんな顔で言ってるか見たいくらいだ。畜生！
もう怖いのどっか行っちゃった。
ひょっとして紅白魔凛ちゃんもいたりしない？
いつまで経っても着替え終わんないんですけど。
Pseudo Harem, is it any good? So here's the thing. Pseudo Harem wasn't really high on my list of watchability, just kind of based off of the description and the trailer. But I had it like mid-tier of like, you know, I'll watch an episode 1, which we did, I did. And that's why I'm making this video. And I was like, I'll get that out there. And if there's a strong appetite for it, maybe I will, you know, watch the show. And or if I really was wowed or really enjoyed the show, maybe I'll watch the show, okay? So here's the thing. First off, first impressions was Billy, huh? So when I started the episode, I noticed that Billy had, which is like a really big Asian streaming service or TV service in Asia. Billy's huge, like in China. So when the episode started, I was like, wait a second. Am I watching a donghua? Am I watching like a, you know, like a Chinese anime? And I had to pause it and go back, and I was like, wait, was this based off a donghua? I still don't know for sure. Like a manhua, you know, was this based off like, you know, was this like a Chinese like manga essentially, or light novel or something? I don't know the answer to that. Maybe you guys can answer it, but I was just really surprised by Billy. So the other portion of my impression was, I guess at the end of it, not good, okay? But let me just say this. Let me give you a positive sandwich here. This show, by the end of the 23rd minute or whatever, I deemed it, this show is just simply not for me, okay? It doesn't mean my opinion matters. It's just not for me. But what I will recognize is the positives. I think the animation is really well done. I think the two characters, both of their names are, I wasn't even paying attention. Eiji Kitahama and Rin Nakamura. I think they're both adorable. I think they're both cute, you know, very cute characters. And then I think the vibes of this show and the premise overall is really cute. So if you liked to loved it, no hate at all. Like, the hate really just falls on me. I think that there is enough here to warrant a like to love and say, like, yeah, I'm going to watch it this season. Or maybe you read the source material, like, I can't wait for this. And I think by and large, I think that they nailed whatever they're going for. I think they nailed it here. And it's adorable. I think it's adorable and it's cute. And based on the premise of, you have this guy who his dream has always been to be popular, but to have a harem, and he meets a girl who's an actor who's willing to be all of the different girls in his harem. And I think that is an adorable, cute premise. I genuinely think it's really cute, you know, to find a girl who is willing to be the devil and the tsundere and the cute girl and the popular girl, and, you know, like, she's willing to put on different personas to appease her future man. I think that's adorably cute. I think that's such a cool thing. If you want to stop there, you can. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I appreciate you guys being here. For everybody else, although I think that it is cute, her putting on the different personas and switching up her styles and being not her to him, although it is cute and adorable, and in theory, on paper, it sounds all those things, it got old really, really fast. And this one is scheduled for 12 episodes, and I cannot imagine sitting here for 12 episodes and this being the shtick that is every episode, you know, with her being the devil girl or the tsundere, you know, or, you know, X, Y, or Z girl. And that's just the shtick, is this back and forth between them, you know, going back and forth and, you know, having this be that thing. It got in by the 23rd minute, I was like, I'm over this persona that she's putting on, and I'm over him feeding into it. Like, I'm just their whole dynamic. By the 23rd minute, I was like, I don't need to see anymore. I'm over it. And I also think from minute 1 to minute 23, I have to say I was bored. Again, I acknowledge all the positives. It's cute. The premise is cute. The two characters are adorable. The animation's good. Again, I don't think there's any necessarily negative things in that regard. But my entertainment value, my personal gradient on how I say how much enjoyment, my enjoyment factor I'm having with this show, was very, very low, like below 5. Like I just can critically acknowledge the good about this show, but generally to me, I just was not entertained. I was bored. At the 11-minute mark, I was like, shit, do I even make a video about this? Like maybe I just pause it and click off. And I was like, you know what? I've committed 11 minutes. What's another 10, 12 minutes? Let me just finish off this episode. I was like, maybe something happens, or maybe there's like a turnaround. And maybe suddenly, you never know, right? You get to the end of an episode and suddenly like they dangle a carrot in front of you, like, damn, they got me. It just didn't happen though. And I was like, all the writings of the show are on the wall, and you can pass judgment on one episode. I think, I've always said that the studios on episode 1, they have to hook their viewers and they have to put their best foot forward, and they have to say, hey, all those other shows, all those other 55 animes that launched this season, you need to watch us. We need to be in your rotation. And again, I acknowledge that this show may have done that for some. And if that's you, put those thoughts in the comments. But it just didn't do anything for me. Again, I think it's cute, but I can just see myself being really bored. And that boredom can turn into negativity in the future. So I rather just avoid that and say, hey, this is just not for me. And I want to recognize that there might be others, you might be listening to this and be like, yeah, gotta get them, Dom. Like, that's me too, bud. Like, I just didn't like it, And I want to recognize that there's others who may feel, how I'm feeling, of just like, it's cute and it looks like maybe a romance eventually will spur between them. The risk you take with this type of show is they may never be a payoff at the end. This could just be the shtick that goes on until the end, like other shows like 𝐒𝐿 Can't Communicate or something, to where like it is really cute and stuff, but even by the end, they haven't even really held hands or kissed or anything. And when those kinds of shows end up happening, it gets really annoying really fast, because you're like, okay, I invested, 12 weeks. I invested 3 months into this show, and I can't even get they can't even kiss. They can't even go on like a real date. It's just this back and forth, one-sided love kind of deal. Again, it may not be that. Love may spur 3 episodes in, and this could just be that their love forms, and the shtick is that she, just really is she is his harem. She presents herself in a bunch of different ways to keep their relationship exciting and it's fun. But the thing that like shows like 𝐒𝐿 Can't Communicate have, that this one, at least in the first episode, didn't, is those are funny. Those have some really funny moments. And there just wasn't, I didn't laugh at all in episode 1, and there wasn't a funny moment. So that comedic element that may end up showing up in episode 2 or 3 or 4 wasn't here for me. So those are my feelings. Those are my real thoughts. I'm not going to watch it anymore going forward. I appreciate you guys being here. Is it worth it? Obviously, at the end of the day, is it worth watching? At the end of the day, that's a decision you need to make between you and yourself. But I'd say, if you loved it, obviously, the answer is yes. If you're kind of like, I think I'm feeling it, give it another episode or 2. And if you're like, I don't know, maybe, maybe to, nah. Then yeah, just drop it and don't watch it. And maybe best case scenario, binge it at the end of the season. All right, my friends, that's all my thoughts. I'll see you guys next week see you for another video soon as summer anime keeps premiering. And yeah, wish you the best. Happy July 4th. Peace.